My next guest was born and raised in Chicago, West Side. West Side, give it up for them. Served in the Marines from 72 to 82. Worked for the Orion Computers, McDowell Douglas Aircraft Company, and Cook County clerk. Currently at the Veterans Administration, and author of the book, Single Parenting, A Black Male's Experience, Raising a Child from Birth. Welcome back to the show, Mr. James R. Shannon. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Man, blessed and highly favored. I had to get you back. James, worked with StreetWise. I had to put that in that introduction. Actually was part of, getting us on this show.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, man, we wouldn't be on CAN TV. And, of course, when we moved to our new building on Lake Street, our plan was to have build a studio back there. And, we had this budget, but things happened. And then James says, I have an idea. Let's use CAN TV as a platform to get it out there. And
right.
We've been on the air ever since, and thanks to CAN TV giving us that opportunity. This is our 15th season, 7 years, bringing awareness to Chicago. So I want to thank you, brother, for that.
Hey,
Mr. Resource,
always.
If you want to know something, if you want people to know something about what's going on, let this man know. This man got so many business cards, I don't see how he gets around. It's definitely with the blessing of God. So I wanted to bring you back because you're involved in a lot of things, man, and not things about helping yourself. It's about helping others.
That's right.
Earlier in the season, we talked about your book.
Right.
Okay. And we didn't really get to talk about the organization that you're starting.
Right.
Okay. Let's talk about that right now. Let's talk about Fresh Start Fathers.
Well, Fresh Start Fathers is a group of men that are trying to save our children's lives. I don't need to tell you how many innocent children, young folks out there dying as a result of gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
So, I looked at the situation, I assessed it, and I see there's a lot of organizations trying to do something, pastors, Father Flager, Jesse Jackson Jr.
Right.
But I feel to reach the core of that problem, you have to reach the men
Mm-hmm.
whose children are out there committing those crimes.
Mm-hmm.
There's generations of men that are doing that are incarcerated. And so if we could educate those men, put them to work, give them expungement, give their GEDs, just put them to work, then that will cut down this crime. And one of the ways that we plan to do it is that they're closing a lot of these schools out here. We plan to reopen them with all those guys standing around the corners.
Okay.
Put them in there, clean them up, expunge them, get them some job training, get them, anything that they need to rebuild their lives and to get actively involved back into the lives of their children, the non-custodial fathers.
The book that you wrote, you're talking about how you raised your daughter from birth.
From the day she was born by myself, yes.
And just real quickly, let's talk about the effects that it had on her and what she's doing with herself right now, because she had a father in her life from day one.
Yes, she did. It's the flip side of society. We hear about single mothers. That is the bulk of all the parents that are single are mothers, females. Well, there's a growing population of men now that are single fathers. But I have yet to meet a man that took a child straight from the hospital and raised him. So I nurtured her. I did what I could. I followed some of the teaching that I received from my mother. I have 7 brothers and 7 sisters,
Okay.
And she grew up. She finished high school, went to college, and now she's a productive member of society. She's
That's
working.
right.
She lives on her own, has a new car every year. And still asking daddy for something.
And when I was sitting up and listening, you was talking about bringing your daughter home from the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
I was there with my daughter, Genesis, who's 6 years old. Big shout out to her. And I cut the umbilical cord. And that was a feeling that, I've never really felt before, just watching that whole process. And I've been in my daughter's life every day ever since.
Yes.
And it's been rewarding just to watch her go through this process of finding her own personality, seeing a little bit of me in her, seeing a little bit of mother in her,
That's right.
and then coming into her own, where she's just a very, intelligent 6-year-old going on 13.
Right,
We're working
right.
on that, but, being there has been very, very rewarding, and as long as God blessed me to stay here on this earth, I'm definitely going to be in her life. So big shout out to you, Genesis. Get this book. Chicago, get this book. If you're a father right now and you looking at us, you say, man, I dig what he's talking about, but old girl be tripping. She won't let see me my kids. She holding that against me. And that happens sometimes. How would you counsel someone like that that's in that situation watching this show right now? You got that baby mama drama.
we were a part of. I was a part of an organization called Fathers Who Care. They're still on the air now, and we met for over 10 years, and we had 10 fatherhood symposiums at Malcolm X College, and we have a group of professionals that came together to counsel these people for conflict resolution. And to dissolve a lot of that baby mama drama, and it's a big issue.
Yeah,
it's bigger than we could even imagine, because it exists at the drop of a dime, But if you don't do anything about it, it's not going to change. So we've done a lot about it, and a lot of people successfully got back into the lives of their children. But we need more. We know we need more people actively involved in the lives of their children. Now even the mothers are abandoning their children.
Yeah.
Because of all the social ills that we have, the ailments of drugs and things of that nature. People just leaving their children everywhere, giving them away, killing them. But we're trying to stop that. Someone has to intervene at some capacity and save the lives of these children.
Okay, so I want Chicago to know how they can get that book. How can they get this book?
Right now, my book has been in the e-form, and you have to go on my website, www.freshstartfathers.com.
Okay.
With the S plural. Freshstartfathers.com.
All right.
It's a $7 download, but it's a really good story. It's a life-changing story. It's inspirational, and it's a love story.
Love story between a man and his daughter. And watching her grow and just being there for her. And she's still growing.
She changed my life. It changed my life, the whole experience. I never knew what love is until I had this baby in my life. Never knew the powerful impact of love. Now that I know, and I want to share that with everybody that has not experienced that. I want to share that with everyone.
Okay, and you can do that. Go out there and get that book. Use that resource he just gave you, how to get the book, and it may be life-changing for you, too. I know we need more fathers in their kids' lives, and maybe, society can, if we can't get it now, it can be a chain reaction, and it can be better for the future.
Yeah, sure.
All right, but we got to do it together. We can't do it alone. We can't do it individually. We got to come together, and then, find out more about his organization, Fresh Start Fathers.
Fresh Start Fathers.
Because you can't do it on your own. Let's talk about another topic that's really close and dear to your heart. In the introduction, I talked about being in the Marines since 72 to 82.
Vietnam.
Chicago's about helping people, especially how we started helping people who are homeless, and we're still doing that. What burns me up today is to know the fact that we have homeless veterans around, walking around.
Everywhere.
Let's talk about that, man.
On any given day, there's over 2,000 homeless veterans on the streets of Chicago, Illinois. There are homeless veterans in StreetWise. There are homeless veterans at an exponential rate that are happening every day because we got veterans coming from these new wars, Afghanistan, Desert Storm. I work at the Veterans Hospital. I was almost homeless, to be truthful with you, just recently. And even being a veteran, I had to seek out some programs that could help me, and I found this program called CWT, Comprehensive Work Therapy. It's a vocational rehabilitation treatment program designed to help disabled veterans, veterans that are homeless, and it helps them return to work. So I'm what they call a person that is helping veterans go online and retrieve a lot of information. It's called My Health eVet.
And that's what you do at Hines.
That's what I do at Hines.
Okay.
It's a program that you could come and you could log on to this program, My Health eVet, www.myhealth.va.gov. And what that gives you the ability to do is to retrieve all your medical records, retrieve your veteran records, retrieve your hospital blood results, blood tests, anything that you need to review on your health records. My Health eVets will help you do that in the comfort of your home.
Now, having this experience and where you are right now at Hines, that hospital for veterans, do you find it amazing of the amount of vets that don't really realize the type of benefits that they qualify for, man?
It's devastating. I've had friends that didn't know their benefits, that were suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, Agent Orange. They died. I have friends that die yearly, annually, from those devastating diseases and never took the approach to go out and try to seek help. They even knew about it, but they wouldn't go get the help that is available to them through the Veterans Administration. And the VA is doing a lot of outreach to reach these people, to pull them out those trenches, to give them all this help. And that's what I'm trying to do as well, help all these veterans. And my health eVet is doing the same thing. And CWT, the Comprehensive Work Therapy Program, is another a program that helps them as well.
Now, My Healthy Vets, you actually showing them how to get online and how to, use these resources. Now, I deal with this a lot at StreetWise, and I was talking about my man Vincent, who's very helpful with us at StreetWise, helping, vendors get used to using computers. Because it's a certain generation where you feel, man, that's too hard, man, I don't want to deal with it, because they come from that generation. Back in the 80s, where you couldn't get on the computer unless you put 50 steps in there. You know, and now computers have become so user-friendly. Computer companies won't make money if they make a piece of equipment for people to be hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So do you find it some resistance when you're trying to show someone how to use it when they're up in age and they're a veteran?
Well, we have multiple generations of people in the Veterans Administration. We got people all the way from World War II all the way up to Vietnam and now Afghanistan, these recent wars. And it's a growing population. Yes, the older ones, they are not computer literate, and you have to help them more. And once you get them on into the program, they have family members that could help them and assist them through the process to order their meds, call their, contact their doctors, look at their appointments, schedule their appointments, everything. They have family members that help them. So, yeah, it's a bit of a challenge for the older veterans, but for the newer veterans that are coming in, they get on that computer and log in, as fast as you could possibly see.
That's what's happening. Now, because it's always been burning me up inside about the state of homeless veterans, I go to stand downs, I go to St. Leonard's out on the south side. That's the first formerly homeless veteran facility on the south side in Inglewood. You step on that block, you forget you in Inglewood. It's very beautiful, and they have their own facility, have an Eternal Flame over there to park across the street. I think it's awesome. I think we need more places like St. Leonard's around the United States. But on the rise right now, and you will be amazed about homeless veterans, but the one females.
Oh,
what's that state?
That is even a growing population as well. And we have a lot of programs there at Jesse Brown and Hines to assist these women. It's a lot of homeless women that are being discharged now. They suffer some of the ailments that they received in the military. I mean, you're serving your country. War is hell, But, the aftermath of it all, there are programs in place to assist them. And it's just, I see a lot of them as well every day.
We're here at StreetWise StreetScene. My main man, James R. Shannon. He works at Hines, and he works for My Healthy Vets, and he's giving us some information on how to help veterans, and veterans that are homeless. And I know people are watching this show. They have family members or maybe coming back. And you're seeing a big influx of people now coming to Hines. And we're talking about resources and trying to bring about awareness and give knowledge, because knowledge is power. Let's talk about some of these other resources people can use as far as veterans.
Where I work is building 228 at Hines. And when you walk in, you're greeted by a brother named John and a brother that there's Larry. They're the greatest greeters in the world. But right in front of them is a whole slew of information, some of it that I have here now. HUD-VASH. We got the winter stand down.
Where's that going to be?
That's going to be on the Northwest Armory at 1551 North Kedzie. That is going to be on December 13th. They changed the date. It was supposed to have been today.
And what's going to be happening at that stand down?
Social Security applications.
Winter clothing.
Hospital referrals, clothing, employment, flu shots, haircuts. I mean, the whole 9 yards. We giving out, the flu shots is a big thing. You got the Veterans VAC, for honorably discharged veterans of Cook County to assist you with rental, utility payments, food assistance, employment referrals.
All right, let's give that out. How can they get in touch with that? That's important.
This is the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County. It's located at 1100 South Hamilton. It's right there at the lower level of the where the youth are being incarcerated over there. Lower level of the Cook County Juvenile Center. And the number there is 312-433-6010. They'll assist you with just about everything.
Give it to them one more time, that number, in case they didn't get it.
The number is 312-433-6010. and that is the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County.
All right.
And as you know, Veterans Day is coming up on the 11th, and I have a whole booklet of restaurants, airlines, subways that are giving out free things to veterans on that day. And it's just a whole booklet, and you can get that when you come to the Veterans Jesse Brown or come to the Hines Hospital. You get that whole booklet, 17 pages.
If they can't get to those places you just named, let's give me a Facebook, let's give me an email, let's get it out there, man, so you can turn it over, man. Bring that awareness to them. Somebody's watching that's in need of this information, I'm telling you.
You know, there was just a gentleman here a minute ago. He's a web expert. I'm going to use him to upload some of that information on my website.
Okay.
That's just wonderful that I ran into that brother today, you know. And all those restaurants and all this information will be on my website at freshstartfathers.com.
All right. What else we got? Some more over there?
You know, not outside of the stand down, we just got a whole bunch of information about permanent supportive housing for veterans. The Genesis Place. They got new housing coming up for veterans. It's just a whole free suits and uniforms for success. They give veterans suits if they're trying to go out and go on the job interview. You know, all that is going to be on my website.
You know, a lot of veterans are coming back home now. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to have you on this show. The state of mental illness is on a rise. You know, crime is on a rise. And if we come together and we, you know, just network with each other, we can do our part. You know, we can't do it all, but we can get things started. You know, because we all have loved ones or people that we know that's affected by war and coming back, and they're lost right now, and they don't know what to do. They don't know where to turn, and with some guidance, they can probably, you know, help them out.
Yes, it is. And all these resources have been available for years. We got one that for women, VA women, veterans, 877-4AID-VET. That's 877-424-3838. That's a very wonderful program. You know, we got the Veterans National Call Center for Homelessness. That's 1-877-424-3838. You know, so I'll have all that information on my website. It's just a serious issue.
I'm going to talk to Brittany. Brittany's going to get some of that stuff up on our StreetWise website because we do have veterans at StreetWise. You know, we had a Veterans Day where elder veterans came and, you know, did counseling and group days on Wednesday. Worked with Inner Voice. They do some awesome work. Contact Inner Voice. It's very important. So we're going to be doing that. Veterans Day is coming up. And, you know, having the Veterans Day, it's nothing without trying to get some things done because this stuff has to continue after Veterans Day. That stand down again. Get that address of that stand down.
That stand down right there on Kedzie. Looking through here. It is at the Northwest Armory, 1551 North Kedzie. That is on December 13th, 8 a.m. until everybody is served, you know. And we're having a big event at the Hines Hospital. It's called My Healthy Vet Day on November 20th, where we're giving out iPod for people to log on, you know, and log on to the program. So that's going to be a big event on November the 20th as well.
With James, man, I want to thank you for coming on the show, man. It's definitely been a blast, man.
It's a blessing.
You're definitely a real brother, man, you know, and I want to thank you for a lot of support that you gave us when you were at StreetWise and you gave your all. You helped us through those transitional times with Deneen Wines. What a trip, you know, but we still here and we going strong. They didn't think we'd still be here, but it's 2014 going on it right now. I might as well call it because November is here and the time went by fast. And StreetWise is still alive. We just had a nice, I think it was a very successful gala at Soldier Field. Big shout out to Jim Lobianco on the board of directors of StreetWise that made that happen. And, you know, we can't be stopped. But we need your continued support, Chicago. Support a StreetWise vendor in the Chicagoland area. Get to our website. Donate some money if you like to. We can always use that to keep going. We don't turn down donations, but we definitely want you to support the StreetWise vendors because they're out there working very, very hard. Only support someone that has a badge. I want to thank my man Gene Vach. Big shout out to him for being on StreetWise StreetScene. And my man Vincent, we're going to get him back on. Check out his website. Check out his work. My man Troy Dixon L. Big shout out to my people in Chatham. 7987 College Grove State and them borderlines we will create. Southside. And my man, Mr. James R. Shannon. James, I can't let you go out without showing some of these pictures of you, man. My man, this is the cover of the book, right?
Yeah, that's the front and back cover.
That's
of my
the
book.
cover of the book.
Yeah.
Get that book. Raising a Child from Birth, Part 1, James R. Shannon.
That's when I received the Congressional Award for volunteerism from Congressman Danny Davis some years ago.
James R. Shannon.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congressman Danny Davis, big shout out to him. He's been a very big supporter of Streetwise on our board of directors.
Fresh Start Fathers.
Fresh Start Fathers.
Yeah,
we
that's
going to make sure this picture gets bigger and
Yes.
bigger and bigger and bigger.
Fresh Start
Okay.
Fathers. My mother just turned 91.
That's a blessing, man.
October
Have your mother
27th.
in your life, man.
Turned 91 years old.
Big shout out.
And that guy right there, I used to know him.
That's James R.
James R.
Shannon.
Shannon. In my Marine days.
All right. Now you see what Chicago, why you feel so passionate about helping veterans.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
That's what's happening. Chicago goes to work, so can you. Become a Streetwise vendor. Come down to our facility, check us out, see what we're doing. Once again, big shout out to my brother, James R. Shannon. Troy Dixonell on the phone. Hey, Chicago, till next week, every Friday, 6 o'clock, we're right here. Till next week, stay focused, keep it real, stay streetwise. Peace out, Chicago.